Hi guys, my name is Javed. Today we will speak about JUnit 5 Jupyter quick example. So in this video we will going to see these three topics. It's dependencies, API annotations and one example in Eclipse. So let's get started. So dependencies are required to create a JUnit test cases. So we need a required JUnit Jupyter API to writing the test cases. JUnit Jupyter engine. So this is an implementation of the test engine API for JUnit Jupyter. So it's required. Later on JUnit vintage engine. So if you need to require your old test cases need to be run into the JUnit Jupyter 5 jar, then it's a layer on top of the JUnit 4 to run the vintage test cases. So this is the jar, which is a dependency. It's required to add in your pom.xml. Okay. So annotations, it's a JUnit 5 has provided a lot of annotations, but today we will talk about @test annotation. So this annotation is responsible to run that your method which is going to be test. So @test we need to write just before our method. So it denotes that this method is going to be test, and it informed to the JUnit engine. So this is the method which is need to be run. So this is the exact use case of @test. So we can say that for @test, it's a runner kind of things. So it will run your method, it will run your application as expected. So it will run your code, whatever the code you have written in your application and classes. So it will run those methods to check the output. If output is not feasible, then the JUnit testing framework will tell you. So this is the failure reason, and this is the something we have to create. Okay. So let's see for example. So we will see the step by step. So after creating the JUnit test classes, so after creating a JUnit test classes, so in that test class, these are the 4 steps we need to keep in mind to create a test. So first we need to create an instance of the class. So whatever the applications, whatever the class you have developed, so we need to create that class of instance under the test class. Okay. Later on we have to set our inputs. So these are the input field for this method. Okay. Later on we need to execute the code which we want to test. So we need to specify, we need to specify our @test annotation for that method which is going to be tested. And finally we need to verify those results, so which we have expected from our application. Okay. So let's get started. So I'm just moving on to the Eclipse. Okay. So here I have created one simple application, that is a JUnit 5 basics. It's nothing in that application, it's just blank. Okay. So I have copied the code somewhere, so we just save a time for that. So I'm pasting those things into this project. So what are those things which I have written already? Let me tell you. So first I have written a properties. Okay, so I tell the Maven compiler to target 11. So I'm using a Java 11 to test these applications. And also I have added JUnit Jupyter version. So this is a property which is I'm going to use from JUnit Jupyter 5.4.0. Okay. So later on, as I discussed earlier, I have added a dependency. So dependency is added. I have a JUnit Jupyter engine. It is responsible to test your applications. Okay. Later on, I have added JUnit Jupyter API. So these are the API which is going to run your applications. Okay. So these JUnit Jupyter API, and this is the JUnit engine. So these two dependency right now I am using for my new application testing. Okay. So after that, okay, let's start your applications. Let's start your code. So I'm creating some new class here. So under the package, Java thoughts.in, let's say. So this is my suppose math dot utils, so I'm going to write a class which will be adding a 2 numbers. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Finish. Yeah, so this is my class. Okay, and what I'm doing, I'm just adding one applications, one method inside this teacher B, which is going to return the addition of 2 number. Okay, it's fine. So now I have created my application. So this is math utils application which is adding 2 numbers. That's it. So I need to create a test cases for this application, for this class. Okay, so what I need to do, so the next step, you have to click on whatever the applications, and then you need to find out the JUnit. So this is the JUnit. Okay, so what I am doing, I am writing a JUnit test case. So see, so this is the JUnit test case dialog block. So here we can see some options. We need to write a JUnit 3 test cases, JUnit 4 test cases, or new JUnit Jupyter. So we are using a new JUnit Jupyter test libraries. Okay, so these are the package. So these packages are same which we have already used in our main application. So this class is also going under this package because there are multiple reasons. So one reason is these classes could be used as some protected method. So some of the people or guys have written their protected method inside that package. So that's why we can access those protected methods in our test classes. Okay, so here the name which will automatically getting from our class. So it will add math utils test. So test will be automatically added. Just keep it as. If you want to change, then you can change, but keep as it is. Okay. Later on, okay, it's a class under test. So which class we have to test? So this is the class which we have to test. Okay. Next. Finish. Yeah. So this is the class. This is a test class. The Eclipse created for us to test that math utils application. Okay, so this is one fail method they have implemented. So just clear that method. Okay, so this is a @test which I have already discussed about. So this is the @test annotations which will run these test method. So inside that test method, I am following the steps which I have written here. See, so first we need to create an instance of the class, then set your inputs, execute the code, verify the result. Okay, let's move on to the Eclipse. So first we need to create an instance of the math utils class. Math. Let's create. Okay, now what we'll do, we will call our method. Suppose I'm passing 2 numbers here. Okay, so before that we need to set in some expected output. So we know that this is addition of 2 numbers. Okay, and what will be the output? So we are passing 1, 1. So we know that the expected output. Okay, so I'm setting expected result. So I'm expecting 2. This is my actual. So let's say I'm creating one variable. Okay. Okay. So this is my actual result. Okay. So now I need to use that API. So the functions which is present in the JUnit Jupyter API. So there are a lot of accession methods. So here you can see we have write a package JUnit Jupyter API accessions .star. So in that accession package, there are multiple accessions methods. Okay, so asset is something like we can say that the definitions wise, it is comparing the equality of those things. Okay, it's kind of if it is equal or if it is not, then asset. Okay, so we are checking the asset equality. So the same methods we are using here, asset equality. So let's say asset equals, so it will automatically expecting two outputs. First is expected result, second is, let's say, actual result. So it could be more readable. Okay, yeah, that's it. We have done our one example. Okay, so now we need to write these test cases. Okay, so how to get a right? Let's run as, so I need to run configuration. So I'm going to run this test as a JUnit test cases. Okay, so this is my test JUnit 5 and apply. Just wait, it's taking some time. So I need to search these things and then apply. I can test methods, it should have to select automatically, but I need to choose here. Yeah, let's finish. Yeah, so here we can see one bar here. So this is the test cases which I have run, and it shows a green bar which is indicating there is a no failure test cases, and it's run as it is. So it's okay. So asset equals method is saying, yeah, it's okay. The expected result and actual result is equal. So there is a no change. Okay, so there is a no things here. But what if I have changed something here? So I'm expecting 3. Okay, but I have passed 1, 1, so it should have to give me an error. So I'm running again. Yeah, got it. So see here, there is a red bar, failures is 1, error is 0, and runs method 1 by 1. Okay, so let's see what is the output will say. Yeah, so here we can see a session failed error, expected 3 but was 2. Okay, hope you understand the main basic concept of the asset equal and the test at the red annotations. Okay, so this is the basic example of the JUnit 5 Jupyter test cases. So how to write a test cases I have shown you. So there are a lot of things and there are a lot of videos will be going on after that. All the annotations and all the things will be discussed later. Yeah, thanks for watching this video.